What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. We are down here to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But I was on the blogs this morning catching up on some stuff, so, trying to get us some topics to talk about. I saw that Remy Ma defended Fat Joe. So, I got a few words for that nigga. So we're going to talk about Beverly Hills first. And then if I have some time, I want to talk about that and some other stuff that I saw on the blogs. All right, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. We're down here, right? Out of your mind. Hey. To his pappy. Okay, so we are down here. This nigga's riding a scooter before I turn my car off in case he want to try anything funny. I might have to run his ass over. You understand? It's nothing. Self-defense. All right, so let's talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It seemed like a filler episode to me, but we did get another story from EJ Global LLC. Right, we got it. So we opened up the show. I watched it last night. For some reason, I could not sleep. I got up, watched it, and I watched it again this morning. I actually just listened to it this morning through my headphones, and yeah, okay, that's better. I'm like, what the hell is going on back there? What's going on back there, girl? Shout out to Samantha James. All right, so anyway, so we down here. Dorit, she sends out the invites. Those invites were really pretty. Did y'all like them? They were like mirrored. Really, really pretty. Everybody was excited to get the invitations. And then, Dorit is going to have her bridal fashion show to show her designs. She's going to have it at her house. It's been raining, so they're going to have to move the party inside. So we get to Kathy's house, and Kathy is going to have a facial party with this Reiki master, and she's telling us all of these things about the facial and the gems and the clinical gemology and all this other stuff. Beautiful. Love it. Erica and Kyle go off to the side while Lisa Rinna and Kathy get their facials. Baby, Erica tells Kyle that a burglar, okay, not the Hamburglar, a burglar got into their house. This 80-year-old man confronted the man, and then he had to go into the hospital because of his glaucoma. And then when her son went to see about him, I figured we had Thelma and we found Louise. We have found Louise, bitch. Erica said that her motherfucking son, after he went to see about Tom, he flipped over his car. I don't know how many times. Did she say 5 or 6 times? He flipped his car over in the snow. He lives a little higher in California. I don't know where, but she says where he is, it's snowing. And so after he went to see Tom, he flipped his damn car over. But he's okay. Kyle is like, girl, what the fuck? Kyle's looking at like, girl, are you serious? Kyle says in her interview, girl, you tell these crazy ass stories. It's really hard. And then you tell them later. Like, you don't tell them when they happen. So when she went to Garcelle's house the other day, and this had already happened. So she knew about this. Well, I didn't want to say anything. You didn't want to say anything because you need to make sure you can get the story together that you could actually share it on camera. Girl, a mess. I was listening like, and even on Twitter, I tweeted like, I wonder what kind of story Erica is going to tell today. Every episode, she tell a new story, girl. She says it's just a bunch of stories. And then Kyle says it's unbelievable, but I trust her. I don't think she would lie. The story is unbelievable, but I believe her. Girl, anyways, I was like, did she just say that this nigga, like, okay, so who did Tom think he is? You thought, and then even Kyle was like, the house that you was just staying in, and then did you notice how she was like, well, I didn't know, like somebody, I guess her husband or Tom and her son still talk, right? Because didn't he live there? I thought he lived in that house with them for some reason. I don't know why I thought that. Did he? I don't know, y'all. We don't know nothing about Erica Jane. Like, honestly, Erica Jane has been on this show. No. Yes, Erica Jane has been on this show. We don't know shit about Erica Girardi. None. None at all. And then somebody left in the comments that she is not going to face jail time or anything like that because, I don't know, some legal shit or whatever. But they are looking for her to pay some money back out to these people. So I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know where they're going to get the money from. I have no idea. Anyways, we get on Garcelle and her dating. She's going to meet this dude who had really nice body, kickboxer, no kids. So, she wants to meet him, right? So that's going to be with Garcelle. That's Garcelle's story. So we get to Crystal's house. Crystal's basement is going to cost about $500,000. She had got it down. It was almost $1 million. She said it's going to be a high-tech game room or a luxury game room or something like that. They're going to have the golf simulator in there. And her husband, she says she's frugal, but her husband is not. Her husband is like, I work hard. I'm spending my money. I don't blame him. Like, make your investments, do your things, but holding on and hoarding money and like, oh, I'm going to hold on to my money. For what? If you are going to hold on to it, invest it. So it can at least, so you can see a return. Because you're not, if you putting it in the bank, you ain't really seeing no return, really. But at least you can see a return, in investing. I don't know. I have a different view. I've learned, anyways. So she says her husband said he works hard, so he wants to spend his goddamn money. And I don't blame him. If I can afford it, it's not expensive. Okay? If I could afford $1 million luxury and high technology enhanced game room, goddamn it, give me what I want. At least he's spending things on money that he wants and not gambling. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so she says, handbags appreciate, right? Especially Birkins. Birkins appreciate, like, which is crazy that people are getting them like in bulk. It feels like they're getting them in bulk. And I don't know, it feels weird when I see so many people with Birkin bags, knowing that how hard they are to get. Some of them are hard to get. So to her point, those bags appreciate. That's why when I see Offset and Cardi buying their daughter those bags, I'm like, buy her more bags, because those bags are going to be worth a lot of money when she gets older. As long as she keeps them, they appreciate in value. So I'm not mad at it. Buy that little baby all them damn Birkin bags, okay? All right, so they sit down and start talking about, Garcelle's house and how awkward it was for two people not to be talking. And she's like, Kaya says, I know you guys are okay with that, but I'm not really okay with like a group of, in such a small group, two of us not speaking to each other at all. So it was kind of weird for me. And she says, yeah, she brought up the donation thing again. Yeah, she brought it up because you said something that contradicts your actions. You said you waited. Instead of telling Garcelle right away, Garcelle, we didn't get your donation. And you would have been able to find out right away that it was a misunderstanding and she would have paid it. No, but what you did, you waited until you got on television. And you used that to say, well, you didn't pay me. Okay, girl, what? When you really could have came to her when the cameras are down, you did that intentionally. So Garcelle is probably looking at you a little funny. right? Even though you guys have got past it, it is a complete opposite of what you said to them the other night. Girl, if y'all hear any stories about me that question my character, come tell me right away. Don't wait 6 months and tell me down the road. And Garcelle said, well, girl, that's funny because the thing with the donation, you did exactly that to me. So are we playing dumb now? Like, what's up? So that was it. Crystal says she doesn't feel like an outsider. She doesn't see the exclusion. She doesn't see it herself, but she feels like Garcelle doesn't have a lot of friends, and so she takes that seriously. And when you are her friend, you're her best friend. So we don't know. She's like, I'm not pretty sure, but I feel like she just doesn't have a lot of friends. Fine. Kyle's house. She is preparing dinner for Dorit and PK. They come over and Mauricio's there. Mauricio, did you see Mauricio hit Kyle on her ass with that damn broom? Don't touch me with no dirty ass broom. What is wrong with you? Talking about, you look good down there. She talking about, well, you're not going to get any if you don't help me. I like Mauricio. So Mauricio's supposed to be lighting some candles, but he's taking too long. And he got to go run upstairs because Dorit and PK got there. So when Dorit and PK get there, PK and Mauricio, they go off somewhere, and Dorit and Kyle are in there talking. And Kyle says, girl, you wouldn't believe the story Erica told me the other day. She was like, girl, what did she say? She was like, this bitch told me that her house, the house that she used to live in, was broken into, that Tom confronted the burglar, then had to go to the hospital and have surgery because of his glaucoma. Girl, what the fuck? And then, and Dorit was like, what? Like, girl, what? What is she telling you? What is she telling you, girl? Now, to me, Kyle and Dorit are hyper aware of the cameras this time because, girl, y'all are not believing her, and stop saying you're believing her. I believe her. She doesn't have a reason to lie to you. Actually, she does have a reason. She does have a reason to lie to y'all. She has a big reason to lie to y'all. That's why I don't understand, like, why wouldn't she lie to y'all? And then, like, why are you getting upset because Sutton says, I don't believe 100% of what you're telling us? Girl, you're not telling us 100% of the truth. And why would we believe you? Furthermore, why would you tell us a complete truth? You don't trust none of those women. None of them. Not even Lisa Rinna. As much as she's up your ass. She has a reason to lie. Right? So why everybody's saying she's telling these stories, she doesn't have a reason to lie? She actually does. She does. She has a reason to lie. Sorry, y'all. I'm losing my voice. So then they sit down. Kyle makes her salmon again. And they sit down. Dorit says, y'all wouldn't believe what Kyle just told me in the kitchen, right? Here they go playing telephone. Y'all wouldn't believe it. So they sit down. And what I thought was funny was that Mauricio, he acted like he hadn't heard any of the stories. Like, he was like, what? Y'all, no, wait, this is fake. This is a fake story, right? This is not real, right? I can't believe that Kyle hasn't shared that with him. Because he really acted like he didn't know. He was like, what? And PK said, I don't know if you know, but Tom got into an accident. He flipped out of the car, was unconscious for 12 hours. Erica found him, took him to the hospital. Bitch, wait a minute. This gets better. PK, first question. I love PK, baby. I'm here for PK. How did she know that happened to him? Because they're not supposed to be communicating, right? Okay. Mauricio goes, she didn't know. She what? He was like, wait a minute, what? She had to know, right? So then when she tells the story, it's so crazy that Dorit kind of laughs. And PK said, why are you laughing? She said, because it's crazy. Like, the story is outlandish. And then Mauricio goes, no. This is not real. This is a fake story, right? This is a fake story, right? She was like, no. And then in the story, when he flew off the cliff, Erica did not want them to perform surgery on him because of his age. But then the doctors came back and said we need to do surgery on his ankle, and Erica was okay with that. She didn't want them to do brain surgery because he had been unconscious. I guess you're the doctor now, so you know. You know if it's safe or not to operate, do brain surgery, right, on a person who's been unconscious. You're the doctor now. Dr. Erica Jane on duty, bitch. Fuck up. And so everybody thought it was ridiculous. And then so she says, no, but wait. The son, after he goes and checks on him, he flips his car over 5 times. PK said, listen, I am not a statistician. What did he say? I'm not a statistician. He said, but the likelihood of Erica's ex-husband and her son flipping over in cars, flipping off of cliffs, highly unlikely. That's not happening. That is not happening. She's like, what are you saying, that she's lying to us? And he's like, no, I'm just saying that she was controlled in her marriage and she's being controlled now. I feel like Tom lied to her and she is going along with it. Who the fuck says no to operate on their husband, but operate on his ankle like he's a goddamn soccer player? Not a lawyer who needs his goddamn brain. Operate on his ankle. It makes no fucking sense. They sitting there hollering, laughing, because it makes no sense. It's so crazy that you can't do nothing but laugh. Like, bitch, are you serious telling us this story right now? Kyle says she questions herself. Dorit says she does not have any reason not to trust Erica. Girl, but you just said that her life was completely opposite from the life that you had grown to know. You guys are weak. Weak as hell. They showed those pictures, from a manager's perspective. PK said the pictures, it was a bad idea. And then that's when Mauricio was like, yeah, Kyle showed me the pictures and I didn't think those were a good idea at all. Honey, she had Little Kim lyrics under one of them captions. I was like, wait, what is that caption? I know that from somewhere. And then I realized it was a Little Kim lyric. Anyway, so they get to Dorit's house for the bridal fashion show. Everybody gets there. They are so enamored with Erica's hairstyle, which they got from the black girls. Okay. Kathy shows up with some architect. Everybody thought it was strange that Kathy didn't show up to Garcelle's house, but she showed up to Dorit's thing. Did y'all have anything to say about that? Let me know how you feel about Kathy going to Dorit's thing, but not to Garcelle's thing. Erica actually speaks to Sutton. She's like, come on, sit over here, girl. We're good. But she didn't say we're good. She was just being cordial. They asked all the ladies, would they get married again? All of them said no. No, Erica said, yeah, right, never again. Sutton said Sutton is not getting married again. Good, I'm cool. And then she was like, I'll leave that to Garcelle. And then here's the black lady. Yeah, I want to get married, maybe. Girl, I can't do it. I be thinking like, woo, y'all was sold it. Oh, I have so much to say. I'm just gonna not say it. So PK's talking to Kyle. He was like, you gonna tell Erica those jokes we was telling the other night? She was like, no, you go ahead and tell her. You go ahead and tell her. Start it off. Go ahead. He was like, well, I didn't say anything bad. I was just giving some advice. She was like, yeah, right. Yes, you was. We didn't hear everything they said, though. But the part that we saw, he didn't say anything bad. He just pointed out the ridiculousness of the story. Like, it makes no sense to say, my 79-year-old lawyer husband he needs either brain surgery or ankle surgery. And you say no to the brain surgery and yes to the ankle surgery like he's some world famous soccer player, David Beckham, out here. Where is David Beckham? Where has he been with his fine ass? I wonder where he's been. Anyway, he didn't say anything bad from what we got to see. So Harry shows up, Harry Hamlin with his fine ass. I like Harry Hamlin. He shows up. He lets Lisa lets everybody know he got a gig playing Tom Brokaw. And she says she's going to miss Harry because he feeds her, he protects her, and he grows her food. I said, baby, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Yes, he feeds me and protects me and grows my food. I love it. She got her one, honey. She got her one. I bet you, I wonder what Harry Hamlin is like. He probably just stays out of Lisa's way. They probably just stay out of each other's way. He does his thing. It just seems like they just do their thing. Like it's very solid. It seems like it's very solid. But we don't want to talk about the husbands. Bitch. We don't want to talk about the husbands. They need to bring that bitch back. They need to bring her back. You understand me? Okay. Kim Richards needs to come back. Okay. So they start talking about the Bernie Sanders meme that was going around and how Kathy thought, who is this old man? She didn't know it was Bernie Sanders and all this other stuff. Outside, the men are talking about how PK lost almost $2 million. He said he don't know where the money is. I don't know where the money is. What was he saying? I said, let me go back and listen to what PK is saying, because he a little shifty too. He's a little shifty too. So Garcelle, Kyle, they're all talking, right? And then Kyle blurts out that Garcelle had something to say about us the other day. And she was like, what are you talking about? Garcelle, when I tell you Garcelle cut her eyes at Kyle, like, bitch. See, and that's what Kyle does. That nothing warranted Kyle bringing that up. It was completely, let me just bring this up real quick. Let me just bring up that you said in the blogs that you feel like the girls are coming after you, so you gonna come after the girls. And she says, Dorit tells her, why are you saying that people are coming after you? She said, girl, you were just coming after me the other day. You just came after me the other day. No, I wasn't. I was not coming after. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. I was heated. I said something, and that's how I felt at the time. She said, I was just saying little things to you. I wasn't coming after you. So there's this thing, and I really don't like the way they edited this. I feel like you guys didn't. I feel like I was duped. I feel like I thought I was going to see Garcelle tell Dorit, my God, would you shut up already? Like literally telling her that, not in a way that she was like a suggestion. It was not the way that they cut it to make it seem. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Dorit says, if you have to be provocative and say little things thinking that it makes you interesting. Dorit, you are the least interesting person on the show. Like, honestly, like truly and honestly, you saw how long I stayed on your scene. And the only reason why I'm staying this long on this bridal scene is because it's a group event. You're not interesting. So I'm not sure why you think that Garcelle needs to say little things to you to make herself interesting. Girl. She's like, well, that's my own opinion. And she's like, well, I don't feel like that's happening to you. She said, that's how I feel. And sometimes I feel that when my opinion doesn't suit you, you have a problem with it. Like most people, right? You don't like my opinion, now you have a problem with it. As long as it satisfies you, you're okay with my opinion. She's like, I don't think that. I speak 4 languages. She was like, girl, great. And that doesn't make sense in any of them. Okay. Erica and Lisa, you notice they was over there sitting down. Lisa was like, no, I think it was Erica was like, you want to go? No, Lisa said, you want to go over there? Erica was like, I'm cool. I don't need to go over there. I'm good. That don't have shit to do with me. Nothing to do with me, honey. And Garcelle says she feels like no one stands up for her. And she was like, except for Sutton. And then Lisa says, well, I felt like she was jabby and shady. And so I don't feel like she needs defending. You got it. That's Dorit. You got it. You can take Dorit on. And then she says, well, that's how I feel. And then she says, well, what should I say? My God, will you shut up? And she's like, yes. And she said, well, if you can handle the truth, I'm going to tell you the truth from now on. I've always felt like Garcelle was direct with her. I felt like that. I don't know what to call what they did. I don't want to call it gaslighting, because what they did was basically say that Garcelle was doing something indirectly and passive aggressively by saying little comments about Dorit instead of telling her directly how she feels. I feel like Garcelle has been telling her directly how she feels. Dorit just doesn't like it. She just doesn't like what she's hearing from her. And I feel like Dorit feels like Garcelle isn't in any position to tell her how she feels about her. Unless you're saying things that compliment me, I don't want to hear it and I don't like it. And if you say anything that doesn't compliment me, I'm gonna say that you're taking jabs at me. I'm gonna say that you're being passive aggressive. I'm gonna say that you should just tell me directly. Bitch, I told you directly. That's why I don't understand why even Garcelle played into that, because I would have been like, I've been telling you directly how I feel about you. I haven't been saying little things about you. It's been very direct, very in your face, very much you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I have not seen Garcelle be passive aggressive with Dorit. Dorit just doesn't like what Garcelle is saying to her. And I feel like Dorit feels like she is like a hierarchy. Like, I'm the hierarchy in this group and you trying to question me, and girl, no, you don't know where you supposed to be. Stay in your lane. That's what I feel like is going on with Dorit and Garcelle. So we're going to see next week, because Garcelle gets, she hits us with the all my life I had to fight. So we're going to see what brought her to that. But I was a little disappointed that she didn't actually say, will you shut up? My God, will you shut up? That would have actually been like super, that's aggressive. My God, would you shut up already? Like, that's aggressive. That would be something that you could be upset about. But Dorit said that's what she wants. That's what she said. Yes, like that. Like that. Girl, no you don't. Bitch, you can't even handle her telling you would never stick up for Sutton. You didn't like that. So she's taking jabs. Girl, get the fuck out of here. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Let's get down in the comments. Peace. Take care of each other and protect your energy.